We got doggies on set, guys.
Doggies on set. Riot, come.
Right, come here.
Come. Hi, babies.
Yeah, she's getting a bit hyper.
Oh, what's going
Riot.
on? Hey, oh, get it. Wait, honestly, do you all have a favorite?
He does.
I think I have. She keeps saying I have. No, but she's not here. She's not so touching so much.
She knows. Look at she's walking away.
Walking
She's
away,
so heartbroken.
angry.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hot Pot, where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Joey.
I'm Nick, and today we have very special guests with us in the studio. We have Tiffany and Kenneth, and they are also going to introduce some additional special guests. Tell us a bit about yourselves.
I'm Tiffany and I'm a full-time illustrator.
And I'm Kenneth. I also illustrate, so we do work together as well. I do digital marketing and I teach fitness on the weekends as well.
If you hear that, that's the sign of dogs.
And today we have with us
Riot, come on!
Riot wants to
Riot.
play with Rebel.
Oh, chaos on set.
Wait. Guys, that's like the first time.
Yeah, that's never happened.
They don't play.
Yeah.
They don't play?
Yeah.
Exclusive content right now, everybody. Exclusive.
I think she's getting a bit hyper.
Oh, what's going
Riot.
on? Hey, oh, get it. Get
Riot
it.
will come.
Babies.
Come.
Yes. So Riot has been with us for 4 years. She's 4 years old. And Rebel we adopted a year plus ago. And she is maybe about the same, but we're not too sure. She was a breeding dog before.
A fun fact about Rebel, I guess, she had 4 puppies as well. Yeah, so we had to take care of 6 dogs at home.
We adopted her. She was really skinny. And then 1 month later, we were like, her belly got really big. So we went to do a checkup and then they did an x-ray. And they found 4 skeletons inside. We're like, oh my God, she's pregnant. And like a week later, she was so big already, right? So a week later, she popped 4 boys.
Wow. Can I just say, guys, that these are like the smartest dogs I've met in my life.
Oh my God, we were mind blown just now, okay? It was so impressive.
They are so much smarter than 3 of us combined.
Riot hugged my leg.
Riot stepped on our feet,
And then let me walk.
There's a reason why the dogs are here, because today's topic is all about parenting.
Those of you who are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Me Listen, please tune into YouTube to watch the video because you really want to see the dogs. They are so cute.
Yeah, they are running in and out of the set. But like,
This is
very
a very
cute.
special
We're gonna let it
episode.
happen.
For sure.
Would you guys use the term Pawrents to describe yourselves?
I guess we don't. We don't say it, but I guess when people refer to us as them, we wouldn't deny it.
Actually, a lot of friends have been like, oh, you guys are Pawrents. And we're like, oh yeah, sure, but I guess, we just take it as like a very casual thing.
You guys are parents too.
Yeah, I mean, I have a dog, but then like my dog is staying in my in-laws' place now because their place is much bigger than my current place.
Yeah, I was a parent to a dog, and then now we are parents to a dog and a cat. Fun fact, guys, I had 42 hamsters at one point.
Oh my goodness.
I think 42 hamsters equates to maybe like 3 dogs last. So I think you were a
Maybe.
parent as well.
We got a guy and a girl, then they just had a festival going
Damn.
on. Oh my God, when you're angry at them, do you call them by their full name?
Yeah, it's Riot Rose. And this is Rebel Ray.
Luca is Luca, but when I'm angry at him, he's Lucas Ignatius.
Okay, then do you refer to yourself as Mama?
Hey, why you cringe?
That was kind of gross.
I
No,
know.
we do though.
Yeah.
We say Mama and Papa.
When you call your
Look at
come
her
to Mama.
controlling her expression
No,
now.
but when they do it, it's not gross.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
But no, when they did it, it was like, come to mama. But Nick was like, mama. Like,
Mine is like the Tom Yum instant noodle.
Before this, did you guys have other pets?
So I grew up with dogs like since I was a kid. So everyone in my family has dogs. Yeah, my mom has a Chihuahua. My sister has like a black lab. Other sister has 2 pugs and then 1 cat.
2 pugs.
Yeah, 2 pugs and 1 cat.
And a 3-legged cat.
Yeah, 3-legged cat. Yeah, and the cat thinks it's a dog, so they'll play together.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, so I guess like for me, it's like I've grown up with dogs. It's weird if like sorry, there's a lot of fur flying.
Okay.
Constantly covered in fur.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is our life.
I had some rabbits, I guess, at some point, but that's about it.
Rabbits,
Yeah.
I always thought that, like growing up, I always thought that rabbits was a very indie pet to have.
Indie.
Like a bit hipster.
bunnies are very cute, but they are very like difficult to take care of. Like they can die randomly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's why they breed and go like crazy.
Yeah.
With, like,
I never understood bunnies.
I
Because they
saw-
just exist.
No. I saw on TikTok, right?
They're
About someone
so
like,
very
they let their bunny free roam in the house one.
I know the
Then the
account.
middle of the night, the bunny just like get the zoomies, like, and then they will just jump on the bed, then jump on.
I'm very awkward around animals. If you cannot tell by now.
Why?
So I've never had a pet.
Oh, really?
I mean hamsters like.
Okay.
But you're
excluding
fine with
hamsters.
Nick.
Oh,
No,
damn.
last time she scared dog.
Yeah, I used to be
She's scared of my dog.
afraid. My biggest fear was cats actually.
Oh.
So, because when I was a child, my neighbor's cat scratched me. I just got really scared of animals in general. And then there was this one time I was walking home from school, a pigeon flew by. The wings hit my face. No, my goodness.
Ayo.
That's why I was so afraid of animals.
She was actually afraid of dogs too when she was
Really?
younger. Yeah.
So the ironic thing was that when I was a lot younger, my parents' friends had a Cocker Spaniel, which I didn't know at that point likes to play. So it would like to chase me around. And I would just like run around the house and just close the door. And then I ended up getting 2 Cocker Spaniels.
I love
I have 2
that.
Cocker
Full
Spaniels now.
circle, yeah.
Yeah, full circle.
So can you tell us about how did you decide to get your first pet? So was Riot your first like dog together?
Yeah. Quite early in our relationship, I moved into his place already. Like because it was COVID, so it was locked down. I moved in for a year. But within that year, I guess I've always wanted a dog anyway. My mom always said, you move out, then you it's a very Asian thing. Move out, then get your dog. Don't like get it in my
Yeah.
house. So then it seemed like, I don't know, it was time to get a dog, I guess. I had moved out. So that's when we got Riot.
We were talking about it. Suddenly, all this Instagram
Ads
ads start popping about dogs, and then we were like, "Oh yeah, this dog's so cute." And then we just went to see her. Just go see a dog. That's what they always say. Go
Yeah.
see a
Just
dog.
go and
You
see
never
only
just
lah.
go going
you
to see.
never go to just see a dog.
Yeah,
and
pretty
then you go
much.
there, and then this one turned up. Actually, it wasn't her.
It wasn't her yet.
Yeah, we saw another one.
Yeah.
And then we went back a second time, and then she popped on. She's so manja, right? And then we were like, cannot.
Yeah.
And
Bring
we-
home.
Yeah, we had to take it. We had to bring her home, and
Bus
then
tapao lah. Look
Yeah,
at her
tapao back.
face.
No, just now Tiffany said it was time, right?
No, time for me,
Oh,
as in like
right.
not time in our relationship, but time for me to finally get the dog that I want.
Because I was
Always
curious,
wanted.
is it kind of like a next step in terms of commitment
Yeah.
or like a
you're taking
relationship?
a relationship next step, right?
Yeah.
To get a dog
Yeah.
together.
We did it very early in the relationship, which was quite questionable to like his family, especially because we were living in the house. They're like, "Are you sure?" It wasn't like, I guess, the wisest decision then, because it was like a few months into the relationship. It wasn't even a year yet, and we were like, "Let's get this dog."
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
our relationship was quite like tombalik, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because we move in first, then we rented, and then we like, because during COVID, the people usually in a relationship people start like traveling, exploring. So I was just like, oh, move in first. And
Get the
then-
dog
and then
first.
get the dog first. Then okay, right.
For the people listening on audio platforms, Riot is licking Kenneth's face. Very aggressively.
I'm not doing
yeah?
anything weird.
Please, this is the one episode you need to watch
Must watch,
this video.
yeah.
Otherwise, the auditory experience will be very chaotic and confusing.
So actually, right now that you have the presence of Riot Rebel in your lives, right? Do you all plan to have kids, like human kids?
No, yeah. I mean, for me, no. I mean, for
Yeah,
her.
we had. I mean, that's when we kind of had many discussions, I guess. And the answer is no.
When was that like established in your relationship? Was it very early on?
I think early on he did mention, but it wasn't like, it was more like I don't think I'll have kids kind of like.
So do you all think that also played a part in helping you decide to like, okay, then let's get a dog?
Not really,
that one
actually,
wasn't.
honestly. No, I
Yeah.
think for me, it was more like I always wanted my own dog because it's always my parents' or family's dogs. And then we just had a discussion, and then it was a very like, okay, quick.
Yeah.
Then we went to the like the pet shop to like see her, and then we adopted her. So like after that, but never ever had the conversation of like actually want to have kids or
Yeah,
having
it's not a
kids.
kid or dog situation.
Yeah.
I am curious, when you guys were younger, before you guys met each other, did you guys want to have kids individually?
When I was very young, I did. When
You saw
I was
yourself
a
as
lot
a mum?
younger. Like when I was 15. I thought, maybe like 15 to 18-ish, I thought I would have kids. And after that, I never thought about it. And I thought I would probably be more grown up by now. But
And you've got a child here.
literally, a child here.
But was there something that triggered you to not want to have kids? Like for sure.
I think just growing up and learning more about the world and like what's happening in the world. I feel like the most recent thing that made me not want to have a kid is the heat in Singapore. Because recently
Aircon expensive.
no,
Explain.
not that. No, it's because recently it's been super hot. Like I'm totally okay with the heat. Everyone will know I love to go in the sun. I'm the one that walks in the sun while everyone else walks in the shade. But it's not that. It's the heat. And then there were predictions that in like 10, 20 years, it's going to be so much hotter.
Yeah.
So then my kid's going to be growing up in that time, and that's going to be horrible for them as well. You know, like besides other messed up things that's happening in the world, I feel like that's one of the things that we don't know where the world's coming to. And that was like more like I don't want to subject my kid to that.
I mean, I didn't think too much about it, but I think as I got older, I think for me it's more the educational system. It's really quite stressful here to have a kid. I mean, even before the kid's like out, you have to. I see parents like volunteering to be like I don't know, at the schools and stuff like that. You know.
You buy house to get your kid in
Yeah,
primary
precisely.
school.
Yes.
It must be
Everything
proximity
is-
to the primary
Correct.
school.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not such a bad thing, but I think it's for me also as the kid, and it's so stressful. Like if we were overseas, maybe. Yeah, but in Singapore, I feel the system is very stressful. Yeah,
So if you guys were to move, would your minds change?
possibly.
He actually said that.
I told her that.
This was
yeah.
recent. He was like, "Oh, actually, if we were in a different place, maybe."
Yeah.
Exclusive information once again. Recent news, huh?
But a bit old, really lah.
I mean, you never know. I can adopt, but like I think I want my kid to be free, nature,
Yeah.
be a bit more hands on.
I can see you guys in Hawaii.
I love Hawaii.
It'll be hot.
I like
But
hot.
they like the
Oh.
beach
I
and
really
the
like
sun.
Oh, you like hot? Yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then how about you guys?
I'm unfortunately yes.
What does that mean?
As in I really think that the responsible thing to do is not to have kids. At least for me now, I'm just thinking like for Earth, for our consumption, for where we are heading towards. But I really have always wanted to be a mom, and Charlie's also wanted to be a dad. And I think it would be so nice for us to like have a kid together and have a family. So now I guess it's just making the responsible decisions before the kid is here.
Okay, so for me, I mentioned before, like I think for Jess and I, at this point, it's no, don't want. But it's every 2 years review.
Oh, he's that kind of guy, just letting you know.
Yeah. Then must like, okay, how are you feeling? Like, let's like put all your cards on the table.
Okay.
Where are we at? I'm quite practical.
Yes.
In the sense that like I feel like to even consider having children, you need to hit certain milestones first lah, because like certain quality of life, I'm not willing to compromise my quality of life. I want to go and travel. I want to still be able to afford like certain things and things like that. So I feel like I will want to make sure that I can have all of that even if I have kids. So it's quite hard to say like how your career is going to turn out in the next like few years. But I feel like the way our society is like structured, right? It's the right age to have a kid, right? When I will be financially, psychologically and emotionally ready, right? It's quite old. I feel like between 35 to 40. But then the unfortunate part, right? As in,
They feel very attacked.
no,
ah.
I feel very old.
but
Wait, actually, I don't even know your age.
Yeah, 35.
no. I explain.
No, we're not that far off actually.
I'm not that far. Like, no, because most people are saying that like, oh, you should have kids but like by the time you are like 32, 33. And you should have your first kid by the time you're 32, 33. If you plan to have multiple, and then you wrap up by like the time you are like 37, 38. Right? Like doctors will tell you that. But then I feel like everybody is like rushing. And I see a lot of friends now who are like from their late 20s, early 30s, they start having kids. And then you are juggling like, you are early mid-career, you are renovating your house, you are buying a house, you are like settling your wedding. So then like everything is expensive, right? So everybody is just super stressed out.
Everyone's struggling.
Yeah,
in
like
some
there's no
sense.
room to like space it out properly.
And also the common sentiment when you speak to a lot of couples, like when I have friends who have kids, right, or like babies, they always say like, if you can wait, just wait. Like they don't regret having their kids at all because your mindset will shift. But if they had the choice, they always say, go have your fun first, go and travel first, go and do all the things you want to do first before you have kids. And that is something that like every single parent with kids will tell you.
Question part.
Just read out, then
Okay.
straight answer.
Would you rather have a pet that never has to eat or one that never has to be sent for grooming? Grooming, I guess.
Why?
Grooming expensive.
Then food you have to feed more often.
It's okay. They love to eat. It makes them happy. Grooming makes them sad.
Oh, that's true.
True. Okay,
Facts.
If you could combine two animals to create the perfect pet, which ones would you choose
That's quite
and
scary.
why? I'm a dog, of course, and a lion. I also don't know why. I thought that was
lion.
No, because all the Middle Eastern people have lions and tigers in there. I always look at them like, wow, that's super cool, man.
Would you rather spend a week in a house filled with birds or filled with reptiles? Reptiles.
Yeah.
I don't really like the flying
Kinda.
vibe. No.
What's noisy?
I really got trauma from that pigeon when I was
Smack you
primary
again.
3 walking to Pioneer Primary School.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I think
It was rough.
reptile. There was some reptile very cute. You know you got
my
see the chameleon wash his
goodness.
hand before?
Yeah. And honestly, the reptiles can be like on low ground. I can just go on a bunk bed or something and avoid them.
If you could shrink any animal down to the size of a house pet, which would you choose? A horse would be quite funny.
What's with you and horses?
Like this size horse.
Oh my god, so cute.
Quite funny.
Pony? No, I was kidding.
Like even
miniature
smaller than a
pony.
pony.
Would you rather encounter a bear in the woods or a shark whilst a bear in the woods? No shark.
Shark
Guys,
while swimming in the ocean.
I am panic attack terrified of sharks. There was one time I had a panic attack at Toys R Us. One time, okay?
Because you saw a
I
shark.
picked the bear.
A
No,
toy
it was a
shark.
great white shark that was so realistic and my friend put it in my face and I cried. Relax. It was...
The silence
judging.
is deafening.
Do you feel like there are some couples who use pets as a test subject to test if they're good parents or whether they're ready for children?
For sure. I think definitely have, yeah. But I feel that it's so different. Yeah, there's nothing that can plan you for having a kid or even a dog.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's all, like, you don't know what's going to happen. I think even when I'm talking to my sister, she's like, oh, I had this thing planned or that thing planned. How I'm going to bring up my kid. I'm not going to use a pacifier. And then at the end, the baby come out, she's like,
Cannot watch iPad.
but I'm sure people do use that as a gauge in a way to like see how their life revolves around
Another being.
another being. Yes, yeah. So
It's not a good comparison, but if you can commit to raising a pet, I guess together, because like there are a lot of things to raising them. Like when our work schedules, like when he goes out, when I go out, and then who's gonna look after them, and same thing. Like if we travel, who's gonna look after them? Are they gonna be fed? Well, is everything gonna be like put in place together? And I feel like that kind of commitment could possibly test the relationship to have then maybe a baby, but obviously it's different otherwise. But I feel like the commitment to each other and working around each other's schedules and stuff would be similar. Not that I would compare them to having a kid, because now we are like, having a kid's so much harder.
but in my thinking, wouldn't it be worse? Because you've got dog, right? Then after that, you're like, oh, this is a trial run. Then after you have kids, then you're like, oh shit, I have to take care of my dog, and then I have to take care of my
And
kid.
a baby.
But then it's so cute though. I always see like
No,
the,
it's very cute.
I love the
like-
dog and baby.
Yeah, the dog and the baby.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but in terms of the parent, like, you know,
Yeah.
But usually then the pet will be older, and then all
Yeah
the
lah, I
videos
guess,
of
I
like the
guess.
older
True.
Senior
pets.
calm dogs with
Yeah.
the babies
So
and how
cute.
they're gentle.
Yeah.
It's true. But I feel like as a couple, when you are taking care of a pet for the first time, it is also an experience for you to find out how your partner disciplines, how they deal with favoritism. Because there are sometimes the dog will just go to one or the other, and how they deal with that can actually bring up a lot of revelations about your partner, the way they are short-tempered, whether they're understanding. Because pets, they have no other way to communicate with you.
Then the dog, how if ever you break up, if you don't agree with that in your
Yeah.
partner,
Yeah.
which
Oh
I
my
guess a
god,
lot of people do.
co-parenting pets. Let's talk about that. Let's just say you guys have a pet with an ex. Would you still want to maintain that friendship, just so that you can visit the pet?
Yeah, so it's not a clean break because now you need to, because you want to visit the.
You cannot block this
you are
person already.
sacrificing your clean break.
I mean, we're assuming the breakup was
Yeah, I was gonna
neutral
say as
and
well.
respectful and safe, right?
If
and
that
not
if it's
toxic.
that, then yeah, for sure.
that's why we get 2 dogs, ma. So one go here, one go there.
Oh wow.
Or the most
What's the
practical one.
favorite?
Take it back now.
Just kidding.
Wait, honestly, do y'all have a favorite?
He does.
I think I have. She keeps saying I have. Huh?
Let's guess.
Who else lah? You see?
Oh really?
It's not so putting the eye like.
You see?
You see, so
Yeah,
sad,
but then I love
you
both
know.
of them. Yeah,
Right.
I love both of them, but then
Yeah,
she's like
but
touching one
she's-
only.
No, but she's not here.
She
She's not
knows.
so touching so
You-
much.
she knows. Look at she's walking
she's
away.
like-
She's
Walking
so
away,
heartbroken.
angry.
She's now a child divorce. Eh. It's so-
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So cute. Imagine you just met this guy, okay? perfect, great communicator, ticks all the boxes. And one day he sits you down. He's like, I really need to tell you that I actually have a dog, but I co-parent her with my ex. And we need to drop her off at the house and she'll come over. And I see her very often because we co-parent the dog. How would you feel about that?
Okay, so I have a very similar experience. The animals live
Multiple.
in his place. So it was someone I dated. Generally, they don't co-parent. It's just that I know that they once built this family together. so it's just a little bit like,
Oh, so even looking at the animals, you are like emotionally
like-
affected.
the ex.
Oh.
The ex. I'm not emotionally affected. I'm just not very attached to the animals because I'm not a very animal person in general.
Right.
But I think if you're giving me that scenario where they have to drop off the animals and go to each other's house, I'm like, a bit too much
It's a
for
bit
me.
intense.
That'd be okay.
I think it depends on the relationship you have with this person. If it's someone new, then for sure I'll be a bit strange,
Correct.
like weird about
No
it.
trust yet.
Yeah, but if I to trust the person and I know that their relationship is really over and it's just very mutual and it's like cordial, I'll be like, yeah.
So actually on that note, like what do y'all think are some of the reasons, right, that couples choose having pets over kids? I think it's like a trend or a pattern that we're seeing more of, like with the younger generation.
More than anything, people now are choosing themselves over having kids, more than anything. And then the pet thing is, I guess,
I mean, I
easier.
guess like the first thing when you
Less
ask
common.
someone about like, oh, living in Singapore, just the base level, everyone's like, oh, it's so expensive. And then they're like, I don't think I can have a kid. Yeah, but actually also a pet is very expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
also true.
expensive.
How
Yeah.
much a month?
Wow, a month.
Wow.
I don't even
We never do
know.
finance.
Never do-
Oh my god, you can
finances.
find him. He'll do the finance for you. I'm just kidding.
I think previously I spent about like 300 a month, which actually sounds okay, but the scary part is when they fall sick.
Yes.
Wow, that
What's
one's
the
crazy.
biggest expense?
I have a friend, right, who has 2 Dachshunds and then they always get the spine problem, right? So both of them had to go for spine surgery. Then he paid each one 15K.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite common. Yeah,
It's
so there's like
common.
pet insurance and all that now.
Which we
Yeah.
haven't gotten.
Yeah, which I didn't get, but we have an investment fund for them. Yeah.
Oh, lit up his eyes.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah. So,
Started one.
Means what? So like this is like,
so we have like a robo advisor. Every month we put money in.
also this is for like pet fees
For-
and
for
things,
pet fees.
emergency.
Oh my
Yeah.
No, it's for
Yes.
the emergency in the future.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Wow.
it's like insurance.
Yeah, rather than, because everyone says the insurance is not worth it.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
like, oh, why not? We put in a robo advisor every month, like $300, and then at least maybe from there it can grow.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
if
yeah.
anything happens, we pull the money out and like if they need.
Yeah.
Profit
Wise.
and loss.
Yeah, nice.
Profit. Yeah.
But I'm curious, what is the biggest expense?
I think just vet bills lah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Cocker Spaniels always have like ear
Yeah.
infections.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one time then we visit. I think
Yeah,
the
for a while.
consultation was what? How much? Like
If I remember. No, it was way, no,
or
it's like
70,
80. Yeah, maybe
$80 for a
just
consultation, more than us going to a doctor.
Yeah.
Because like
expensive.
vets are not subsidized compared to like human
Humans,
doctors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vets are not subsidized, and also if your dog happens to eat like a grape or chocolate,
Yeah.
like Leila has had so many emergency visits to the vet, and if it's an emergency visit, there are
Yeah.
only so many in Singapore,
Yeah.
and just talking about getting your dog to vomit, you are looking at least $300 to $400.
Riot has
Yeah.
Riot.
Durian seed.
Durian seed.
A durian
Yeah.
seed.
What? So fun fact: one grape is enough to kill a
Really?
puppy. One grape can
Puppy.
kill
Whole
a
puppy
puppy,
lah.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
puppy. Leila had 5 grapes,
Oh no.
so it's immediate rush to the vet, go and vomit.
I once thought about this before because I'm someone who has never felt this attachment to a pet before. So I never understood the love someone could have for a dog or a cat, right? I asked a friend once, isn't getting a pet self-inflicted pain because eventually the pet will pass in said number of years lah?
Yeah.
So my friend explained to me, it's still, you know the phrase, what is grief if not love persevering? Yeah. So do y'all feel that way?
I think good life experience to know how to deal with death and grief. Like I would have a pet, right, for my kid to learn how to deal with death.
I know, but it's
So
true.
you want to have a learning lesson Yeah, I'm so sorry. As in, I'm not trying to be
Yeah, yeah.
insensitive. I it's just something that I've always been curious about because I've never.
But I think it's
understood it.
legit. Like the point you brought up is legit. Like because my dog passed away quite suddenly at 7. It was like I don't know, like I think it was wrong medication or something from the vet. Yeah, 7. I was at work. My sister called me. She was like, "Oh, come to the vet now." Then boom, life support already. Yeah. Then that was like, oh my god, so painful. And I think that helped me kind of like when my grandfather passed away. Helped me like deal with it better. Like being very honest, yeah. It was like I wasn't like I would completely break down. My first pet I completely like break down that one. Yeah, so it was quite bad. Then helped me like deal with it a lot better.
No, I think it's valid. There are a lot of people who really love animals, but it's precisely because of the knowledge of like goodbye will happen in a lifespan, or you have a lifespan for dogs, right? It's usually 12 to 15. If it's 20, it's like you're very lucky. But you know that in 12 to 15 years, you're going to have to say goodbye. And there are a lot of people who, because of that, they don't want to have pets.
Yeah. I've heard that before too.
And like I think if you see it the other way, it's like at 15, if my dog lives till 15, I'm like, we've given
Good life.
him
A
or
really
her
good life.
the most,
Yeah.
the most out of life. And then my grandfather also lived till like 90. I think he was 95. And I put it into that perspective. I was like, well, he had a really good long life.
Yeah.
It's because when you are young, you want like your loved ones to live forever. But then when you grow, like growing old and maturing is realizing that like you should be happy that like the person has lived a full and long life. Yeah, instead of like living forever lah. But actually my hot take, right, is that pets shouldn't be a trial for you to have kids. They should like there are people. It's okay to have pets instead of having kids, but they shouldn't be
An experiment.
a experiment or precursor. Because like by the point you decide to have like a pet together, right, you should be pretty damn sure already lah that like okay, I'm ready to commit to the pet.
Definitely.
100%. And I think during COVID also is actually when a lot of the shelters in Singapore saw a surge in abandonment.
Yep.
There were
Yeah.
people who would literally leave cages of animals downstairs. SPCA was so overwhelmed with all the animals that were just abandoned, not even surrendered to them because people didn't have face. They literally just out of the car, they put the pet there or leash
Yeah,
to
then
the...
they always release
and
the
they'll
video.
call- Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's like I don't think people understand that pets also come with personality traits, with quirks, with behavioral issues that take time, money, and a lot of work to correct. And just because your pet comes like a little bit off, you know, maybe they have skin issues, for example, like they are not broken and unworthy of love also. And I think that like I said before, like a lot of the uglies of people come out when they deal with pets that are not ideal. Like, oh, why the skin like that? Or why the smell like that? But like, there are children who will grow up with eczema. There are children who will grow up with like
Smelly.
maybe I mean, if you don't teach your
So
kids,
serious and you insist, smelly.
Really what?
maybe their sweat glands work over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious, right? Like, how do your friends and family feel about you guys not wanting to have kids and then like having
yeah.
pets instead?
Actually, mine's quite okay. They are quite chill, honestly. Like they're quite chill. My sister already had a kid, so
Okay, settled. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
She
think
took
my-
one for the team.
Yeah, one for
She
the
did.
team. They're quite okay. They're quite chill. I mean, we were dating for like a couple of months. They were like, yeah, so come and stay. It's fine.
That's different from having a kid.
No, but like you know, that's the kind of like they're quite chill when it comes to all these. Like she's not so traditional.
I think my parents now are like happy can already, you know? But my mom still wants lah. Like she's sometimes like, you know, because my best friend is a kid, she's like, maybe you also.
Do your folks help you with your dogs?
Yes. We're traveling and my parents are gonna help.
Oh, that's quite good. Then there's like children.
Oh no, but literally also, Brian gets so excited and I call
Grandma.
Yes,
Where's
grandma.
grandma? And she's
It's
like,
grandma.
where's
She-
grandma?
And then her ears were like,
Yeah, really. Right?
where's grandma?
Where's grandma?
Oh,
So excited.
She will go and look. And
Now
she
she's
will
looking for
literally- she'll
grandma.
go,
Where's grandma?
Where's
Oh,
grandma?
you lied. Don't lie to your kids.
Oh no, Rebel also.
Yeah.
Also.
They also-
But yeah, they love my parents. And fun fact, my parents were terrified of dogs. Ryan has been with us for 4 years, and at the start, my parents were terrified. My uncle, my dad's side of the family, they're pretty close. So my uncle is terrified. My auntie's even more terrified. But now they're completely okay with them being around, and they would like pet him a bit. Sometimes still a bit like, but still like, yeah. My
She's
parents
such
are like,
a-
yeah, Paope.
She's a great kid.
My mom calls her Paope.
Society now, right, especially the younger generation, people are more like have the same level or similar levels of empathy and understanding, right, for people having like pets as compared to like children. Meaning like, for example, right, if you're hanging out with friends and then they're like, oh, we need to go back already because baby need to sleep.
We do that all the time. We are like,
yeah.
we have to go back because they need
Yeah, we need to feed them.
they
or
need
like,
to go pee and then
or
we
need to
yeah.
shower. Yeah. So do you feel that your friends and family generally are understanding, or do you get like sometimes like, huh?
No, that's quite okay so far. Like, we will just be like, oh, we're gonna get home because they have been home too long, and they're like, okay, they understand.
Separation anxiety.
No, not so much that. Like, let's say if it's we don't stay out for more than 5 hours, usually 4-5 hours, so that they can go pee. They're very lucky. Also, we take them down like out at least 4 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 longer walks and then 2 extra pees, and like one basically morning 8 to 9 a.m. ish, the long walk, and then maybe about 2 they go pee again, and like maybe a short one downstairs, and then 6 they go for a long one, and then like 10:30 they go down before we sleep.
Wow,
Then we
that's true
clean and sleep.
commitment.
Yeah, man.
They're very pampered.
Have you guys ever felt FOMO for not having children?
No.
Wow, very fast.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I guess not. I mean, okay, but also because not many of our friends have kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So I literally have one best friend
Yeah.
that has a kid now, she's still like a super baby. She's like 3 months old. So I can't FOMO yet. Also, because like not enough people around me have kids, so there's no FOMO.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love taking care of a kid. And I'll be like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So just like you mentioned about the psychological readiness of having a child, right? Do you all feel that now more than ever we are still behaving like kids? Like we want our inner child to just stay as long as it can. So like we travel a lot, we have fun with our friends a lot.
I think cause right, our generation also has the privilege and luxury of like really enjoying everything the world has to offer. Now I think like there's a very like the world is my oyster until I have kids kind of like fear.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, if I have kids already, then suddenly I have to sacrifice. And I feel like as a whole, the generalization and stereotype is that we are a less sacrificial generation lah. Yeah, which is not a bad thing, cause like you live your best life, right? Yeah lor.
I don't think it's a bad thing to still want to be a kid and have kids, because like I said, when I was a lot younger, I always wanted a kid early so that I could grow up with a kid. And it's a bit more fun, you know? You can like
You'll be the fun parent.
be the fun parent. You don't want to be like the parent. You want to grow up and just have fun with your kid too. I think that's probably when you build a better bond also.
That's why I would rather have a kid overseas, because I want to be a child with my kid. And I'm still a child really. So yeah, I want to like
Play soccer together.
throw him into the waterfall.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, you know, like go camping, like really go camping, not
Yeah.
East Coast Park, but like go camping, you know,
Yeah.
things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Go hiking, like really
Yeah.
hike. Yeah, I really want to do that.
And also a lot of parenthood is actually reliving and healing your inner child through your child.
But then you can't project.
Oh, you cannot.
No, you can't project.
I
but,
know,
but
but it
actually,
sounds
in the way you parent your kid, you are healing your inner child, because even though you never got to experience those things, you know that you are allowing your kid to do so.
When you guys have a pet together, does that change anything about your relationship?
I think for sure, like you're again responsible for a life. So, and then I guess, I mean, we didn't really party that much and all that, but we like don't really go out that much. Now we prefer to stay home a lot more. When we have meals, we rather have it at home.
Also, again, we got her really early in our
Yes.
relationship.
So there was a
And
very
it was-
small window.
Correct.
And it was
Yeah.
also COVID, so we didn't have
Yeah.
any of the opportunities to do other things that we
Yes.
could have done. Which sometimes I'm like, oh, it would have been nice if we actually did all those things before we got her. I do think about it sometimes.
What are those things?
I don't know, like traveling is the biggest thing, because
Okay.
it's hard. Like, because when we travel, it's either we have to find like a good boarding,
Yeah,
or like
or friend
a friend to
box
come
it.
over, or like my parents, which is a bit hard because my mom's also be like, you know,
Oh.
I mean she wants to, it's just that she's like, oh, I can't walk them long enough.
Yeah.
Because they do take very long walks also here and
Yeah,
there.
and then we feel bad also, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
obviously not their responsibility. But
Yeah.
then we also are away.
Yeah.
Then we're like, should we not go so longer? So the last trip we had, we went to like Spain. We were supposed to go for like a month.
Technically that was our honeymoon also.
Yeah, that was our honeymoon. But then unexpectedly, Rebel had like 4 puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we were like, oh no, how? And then we cut short, okay, by a week. But then when we were traveling as well, we were so stressed because we also felt bad. Like her mom had to take care, her friend had to take care. So one person, there was like 7 dogs. So she had her own dog as well.
Yeah.
So there were 7 dogs in the house.
So my friend came over
yeah.
and she had a dog. And then there were these 2 and 4 puppies. And so we had like a sheet drawn up to when she has to go to work. And then who's going to come in to take? And then just like, okay, are you guys here? Like, you know, and just liaising us, trying to liaise with everyone.
So it was
quite a terrible
stress.
trip.
Full-blown operation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was a terrible trip.
We had fun, but it was like so stressful.
For Joey, you and Charlie, like, do you start noticing something different about him because of the way he carries his responsibilities?
100%. I think having a dog there's so much work into it. You definitely see a side of your partner, like a fatherly side of him, that assures me that when we have a kid, it will be similar.
Okay, when it comes to responsibilities, do you guys have a chart? Or how do you delegate?
who do what,
does what? Yeah.
Okay, so generally I'm a terrible person in the morning. I'm not a morning person. So she knows I'm damn grumpy in the morning. So usually she takes the morning walks. And then in the middle of the day, like we take turns because we'll be working at home usually, and then I have to go to office sometimes. She's mostly at home. Then we'll bring them down for the pee as and when. Then usually I will take the evening walks. Yeah, usually. And then at night the cleaning. We take turns.
We don't have a chart, but it's a silent agreement. It's like, okay, you do or I do, and then it's just like a...
Is it like the Shiba that, like, you all could see the Shiba TikTok?
yeah, but not so intense. I want to have like spa.
No. Well, then every
That was
night,
like a
well, I
little
think I-
Oh, very cute.
It's not on my FYP.
Wow, it's the cutest
I
thing
look at
ever.
babies.
Okay, I think to wrap it up, it doesn't matter if you choose to have pets or children, as long as you make the necessary and responsible preparations and choices. Honestly, both options can bring so much joy. Whatever floats your boat, or if it's like just you and your partner, no pets, no kids, that's totally fine too.
So thanks for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to us if you haven't already.
And let us know if you have any interesting stories of being a parent. And of course, thank you Kenneth, Tiffany, Riot, and Rebel for being on set today.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!
Okay, right, go around.
坐下来
Good girl, go 8. Good girl, sit. Give it huggies. Huggies. Keep it over. Yes!
10 points. 10 points.